Hey, what's going on, guys? Head, shoulders, knees, and tears here coming at you with another tier list video. As you can tell by the title, and this is probably going to be my shortest tier list, and I didn't even really make any notes for it because it's a really interesting one. I mean, I didn't think that this needed to really be a tier list per se, but every single time I make a tier list, I actually get a few comments that say, do a faction tier list, and they get surprising amount of upvotes. And, you know, there's not too many factions in the game to really, like, give a tier list, and I'm not, like, rating every character, because then that would be just like a normal tier list, and you get that. I'm not going to do that, but we're going to do this, I guess, just for the people, and I'm going to kind of go some more on, like, history and, like, how the characters are, or how the factions are kind of in the game, kind of their legacy, I guess you could say, quote-unquote, that they've left in the game or whatnot, whether it is solid or not. But anyways, we're going to be doing the same tier rating system that we usually do, which is S to D, D being dog shit, S being a super sweet. And we'll go ahead and get into the D tier. So starting off with the D tier is the only thing in the D tier, which is the Wulin faction. First off, they're the newest faction. They don't have that much history. Second off, they didn't even fucking care to add them to the faction war. I mean, like, I don't know if that's just, like, blatant disrespect, or they just simply don't think that they are a part of this campaign. They're just kind of there. They're there to play, but they don't have any real, like, ties to the overall story of the game. They weren't there when the game first came out, so they don't have too much history. How are you going to put them anywhere higher than the lowest spot? Now, you might be thinking in your head right now, wait, Tony, you say S through D. That means S, A, B, C, D. That is a 5 tier. There is no 5 faction in Forboner. Now, this is the kicker. Because in the C tier, we have the minions, alright? The minions have done more in the game than the Wulin have, alright? They'd be changing up their fits occasionally, right? They'd be looking extra spoopy right now, and I don't really like to look at them specifically, but, you know, the minions have always been there, and no one really respects them. Do you ever just feel bad calling them minions as well? Right? They have families probably, and they just give their life on the line just to respawn over and over. That can't be good for your health. Also, they recruited the pikemen, which are very annoying. Captains, pretty shitty to be completely honest, but no matter where you are, unless it's a duel or a brawl or tribute. I don't know if they're in tribute. They might be in tribute. They're not in elimination either. You'll find some minions, alright? They're always there. You can always count on them. Through all the bullshit, you can guarantee that, you know, maybe you need to take your anger out on a minion. You can just smack them a couple times, right? And you know what? They're there for that reason, and that reason only, and I feel like they've added more to the game than the Wulin. So that's why the minions are in C tier. Now this next one is, I don't know, I guess gonna maybe come to a surprise or whatnot. We'll say the B tier faction is the Samurai faction. I am a member of the Samurai faction, and I pretty much play exclusively Samurais for the whole, like, basically, like, character roster, right? Just with my Samurais, I have, you know, 61 reps on Kensei, 21 on Shigoki, 13 on Armusha. Like, that's essentially 100 reps of just the Samurai of my, like, 127. And you might be thinking then, you know, might be biased, you should put the Samurai first or whatnot. And I mean, not really. I mean, we always lose the faction war. I mean, we've won it twice, but I always look at it, I mean, legitimately, when recording this, I mean, the Samurai are in last place for the campaign, and they haven't won anything yet for this campaign, and I feel that, you know, we're just, I don't know, I play them for the fashion, basically, but I feel like they haven't added, you know, too much to the game. Don't get too upset with me. Oh no, man, I said your faction, I said I don't like the faction that I'm in is the best. It's okay. This is a very weird video that I'm making to begin with, so, yeah, Samurai are in B, even though I play them mostly. Going into the A tier, then, we have the Knights. And the reason that the Knights are in the A tier is because memes. Basically, a lot of stuff in For Honor is annoying. But you know what makes the game less annoying? Memes. And the Knights are a very, very good faction for when it comes to creating memes. They've had probably the most memes created about them. Lots of Crusade memes. Always good to see. Love to see a little bit of Deus Volt on the For Honor Reddit, of course. And then just kind of like, yeah, you scroll on there, you see so many stuff, all the stuff with the volcano, and just being able to retake the Holy Land, all that good stuff. Great great memes, lots of stuff, you know, with the right when the game first came out with the raw emote spam, with the Lawbringer emote spam. You got tons of stuff. You always got edgy Warden memes. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you can make with them, right? I don't like many of the characters in the Knights, to be completely honest. I like Knights as a general thing. They're pretty cool, but personally in the game, the characters and their playstyles I don't really like, but I'm not really judging them on that. They have great memes. Again, Scent, very just meme lord character. Gladiator as well. And I just think for that reason alone, you have to put him above the Samurai, simply because the meme potential is just slightly, not even slightly, it's much higher than what the Samurai is. And in the S tier, we have to put the Vikings. I know the Vikings don't quite necessarily have as many memes. They do have a decent amount of memes. Still more memes than the Samurai, and that is, you know, it's slightly upsetting, I guess, for the Samurai. Most of the Samurais are like, thick Bushi, thick Goki, which I mean, true, but anyways, the Vikings, I put them in here basically because they win everything, essentially, and I mean, I guess that, you know, people like to win things. Like when you're in the faction wars, right? How many? We're in season 9 right now. What have they won? 4 or 5 of the 8 seasons that have already finished, which is pretty ridiculous. And they've already won 2 of the campaigns in this season so far. So it's basically like if you're a Viking, you're probably going to win the faction war. They also have a cool circle that you can use for your emblem, and it's definitely good there for making nice faces, such as like thonk faces or just weird expression faces, or even maybe like a Pepe the Frog, perhaps. Just again, it's a very nice one. The Samurais, I don't like their borders. You know, the Vikings have good borders for nice emblems. You know, you can maybe perhaps make a peen if you like. I mean, you'll probably get banned. Don't do that, actually. But just had to throw that out there. I mean, I'm not looking at the characters, just looking at the history that we've had. You know, obviously Knights, Samurai, and Vikings have been in here since the beginning, and the Vikings have just came out on top on a lot of things. And I don't know. That's really just my basis for judging this list. This is the weirdest list I've probably made. I don't know why people ask me to do. Why did you want me to do this? That's the question. Why did I do this, though? I can answer that, actually. It's because I'm a sellout. But regardless, I mean, this is pretty much the list. You know, going from S to D, we had the Vikings, the Knights, the Samurai, the Minions, and then the Wulin. You know, had to get the Minions in there. No shots at the Wulin, but I mean, like, what have they done? Let's be honest. All they have really is which, I mean, do you guys really want to hear that, or a little like Wununjabai? You know, I'm sure you guys are really tired of hearing that, and whatever the fucking Shaolin says every time he tries to kick you, it's just not. All they have is annoying voice lines. That's what the Wulin have given us, and you know what? I ain't about it. So this is that list. I somehow almost made this video 10 minutes, but I don't think there was that much to talk about, to be completely honest. But if you guys dislike this video, you know, I completely understand, because it is a strange video, but people want to get it made, and when there's a tier list that needs a making, I'm gonna be making it. All right? If you enjoyed this one, leave a like then. Comment perhaps, and subscribe if you're new. But if you don't, I completely understand, because this was very strange. It's been your boy Tony. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.